Hi and welcome back. So I have a model here that I 3D printed and I added a remesh modifier in order to take care of any manifold edges. But one component here, when I add a remesh, completely destroys or decimates beyond repair, and I can't do anything about it. So this is built in a bunch of pieces and I reassemble them later, but still the torso of this character always has that problem. So you can see here when the character is complete, I'm going to add the remesh modifier. There's no problem, and I can lower the voxel size. And the purpose of this is to take care of any manifold edges and maintain a little bit of detail. But it does increase the poly count significantly. So how do we take care of that? And is two examples here. One with the hair is a little bit different than the body. So let me do the body first. On this example here, I'll go to edit mode and I'm going to just get to the y-axis here. I'm going to go to the bisect tool, which is hidden underneath the knife. So with everything selected, we'll click and drag across right here. I'm going to zoom in. Then I'll hit V and that will make a cut. I'll right click and then down here I'm going to hit Control L, and that with my mouse over this is going to select all of that. I'll delete it and now I have a really clean cut. And the big problem I was having is if you have a jagged edge and you try to fill it in, it will create bent planes or surfaces that are uneven. So now we'll go with the edge select and I'm going to hit Alt and select, or Alt and click rather, and then just type F. Same here, I'm going to select it, Alt, select rather, hit F, and that should fill it in. And hopefully now, tab over here, back to the object mode and remesh for the modifier, and it looks good. And by the way, you don't want to go much lower than 0.6, maybe 0.5 for the voxel size on these. Okay, so different thing happens on the hair. So if I add a remesh modifier here, I still get the destruction, but one of the problems I had with this model is there's lots of extra geometry. So I was having some trouble figuring out how to select it all. So I have lots of things like this strand, this hair that's in a strand. And a quick way to deal with that is grab the vertex selection tool. And when you click and then hit that Control L, it will select all of the connected geometry. So you can see that when I hit Control L, it has lots of disconnected geometry. That's one way to do it. The other way is just to select all, type M, and we're going to merge by distance here. And you can change this amount. So let me put this on the screen and show you. So if I increase the distance, it's merging things that were at one point far away or disconnected. And we don't want to go too far, but that is going to create new simplified geometry, and it does distort after a while. So for me, there was just a little bit of a mix of cleaning up some of that extra geometry and then merging some of the other stuff. So things that were hanging out are now merged with this whole group. So now I have the simplified geometry. I'm going to go in and add a solidify modifier. And I'm going to change the thickness, go back to object mode, apply it, and then try the remesh. There you go. That looks pretty good. So there is a little bit of back and forth, and I do have a hole there. It should close up, there we go, at a pretty close distance. And I don't really want to have a super tight voxel size because, again, that's going to create huge amounts of geometry. But if I apply it and I want to take a look and see, yeah, that's pretty good. They're all square quads, but at least at this point everything's closed up. So now I can merge the whole model together, and it should be ready to print, 3D print. I'll wind up joining everything and maybe remeshing one more time, or letting Bamboo Studio fix any minor manifold edges that exist. Hopefully this is helpful.